Hey guys, my name is Caleb, and this is the first episode to my YouTube channel, Crash Course Motorsports. And mainly what you're going to see in this episode is just a little bit about me and the vehicles that I have here. I will be talking about what I have done to the vehicles, what I'm currently doing to the vehicles, and what I plan on doing to the vehicles in the future. I got a lot of cool stuff, and I just thought that I could try to make some use out of it, spend all kind of money on it to try to make some content or something, have some fun with it. So this will be mainly containing just what they are, what I plan on doing with them. I'll give you guys some cold starts, try to see how they sound, what they look like, and have some fun. So stay tuned. So this is my 2011 Ford F-250 6.7 liter Power Stroke Turbo Diesel, and this, guys, is probably by far my favorite vehicle out of all of the ones that I own. It is the Lariat package, so you get the heated and cooled seats, leather interior. It's got, memory. I got a updated radio in there, so I get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto for, if I wanted to go Android. Obviously, I got to have the 35s on there. Who is going to have a truck like this and not have at least 35s on? I have a 4-inch Cervini cowl hood. I did get that with the truck, so I'm not going to go out and say that I got that, but I still love it. I wouldn't do anything to change it. Now, guys, even though I'm hyping this truck up and saying that it is my favorite vehicle that I own, don't get me wrong, this thing has plenty of imperfections with it, starting with obvious nicks and dings. There's a couple dents here and there. I do have some rust already starting on the bed, which I purchased this vehicle back in September of 23, and when I got it, there was no rust. So all you steel body owners, you know that once you get that rust fairy, they come over and they sprinkle that rust dust on there, it's over, it's done. So that is actually one thing that I do want to tackle this summer, and I would be more than happy to make content doing it. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, this by far is probably one of my favorite vehicles that I own. The thing is amazing. I get, pretty decent fuel mileage for it being a 3/4 ton truck with 35s on it. I get 16 to the gallon, usually about 20, 22 highway, depends on how I'm driving. But also too, like, the passengers, like, that's the biggest thing for me when I'm taking somebody or we're going for a long trip, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I have zero complaints on room space. I mean, just look at this thing. I mean, sorry, you're gonna see all my stuff there. I do daily this vehicle, but the back seats are pretty huge. There's a lot of leg room, and overall, it is just a great, spacious vehicle to have, and I love that. But enough about this. Let's get on to the next car. I will say, this thing sounds a lot louder in the camera than it is actually in person. Ah, oh, okay. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, fuck. Now this is my 2016 Ford Taurus Show. I'm gonna say it one more time now. Show. Around these parts, we don't say S-H-O. We call it a show, baby, because she's show and go. Now, this one is the twin turbo EcoBoost 3.5 liter, and it has standard all-wheel drive. And let me tell you, I am thoroughly impressed with this thing ever since I've had it. So far, all I've got done to it is cooler plugs, colder thermostat, and a cold air intake. So it's pretty mild as far as the mods go. I am in the future looking to get obviously a high pressure fuel pump and a bigger intercooler and all the fun stuff that you get to do when you want to make better power with these cars. I mean, but as of right now, man, I mean, I'm already doing 4 seconds, 0 to 60, which is not bad for a 4,500 pound car. So all in all, I'm pretty excited about it. I love the car. I have no intentions of ever getting rid of it, even with all the problems, which, you know, we won't talk about those. But yeah, I love it. So guys, on top of it being nice and flashing outside and having that nice pep and power, it's actually really nice on the inside. It does come with a sunroof. It has the leather and suede seats with the show emblem on there, and also has the show emblem on the dash here. I have heated and cooled seats again, heated steering wheel. I got, you know, sensors all around for lane departure, and I got one of my favorite parts actually. I want to show you guys this. Oh, probably should turn the car on. So I'll show you that in a second. But this is the only car I've ever had that can do this when I go to turn the car on. My seat just moves forward to my position, and the steering wheel moves in my position. That is freaking awesome to me. I've always wanted a vehicle like that. Like, if you had something like that, then you were living, man. You made it. So I think that's really cool, personally. Some people may not like that because it's just more electronics involved, more things that can go wrong, more failures. But that doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I'm pretty handy myself. I can fix stuff when it breaks, so whatever. But now that the car's on, I can show you what I wanted to show you before. If you pay attention to the back window there, it's got a freaking sunscreen, which, what? Never, ever, ever have I seen that in a car before. I had no idea they even made those in cars until I got this car. Now, obviously, this car is a 2016. So as of now, that's 9 years old. I'm sure there's plenty of other cars that had that in there. This is just the first one that I knew about. So, not trying to like say that Ford did something or whatever, because that's not what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this car's freaking awesome. See, as I make these videos to show you guys my car, I feel like I'm more so doing like just a walk around and telling you everything about the car, things that probably aren't going to matter in the future of my channel, because, you know, you guys don't need to know what kind of seats I have or whether or not my car has Apple CarPlay or something. But I think it also furthermore goes to show just how much I love cars and show how much I love my cars. And I just want to tell you everything that excites me about them because they're so freaking cool. This one needs no introduction. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is my 2002 Ford F-250. And this guy, let me tell you, is a straight up unit. Guys, I'll be the first to tell you that I have never had a more reliable vehicle in my entire life. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, it is everything you could ask for as far as a truck goes. I mean, it's two-wheel drive, has a 4.6 liter V8, and let me tell you, this thing has 166,000 miles on it, and I've only had to replace the engine once. Now, I know earlier you guys were listening to me do a little revs on it, and you were like, dude, this thing's got a major fucking exhaust leak. And, yeah. I know you guys would probably think that would be a problem, and I do too. But, maybe not for the same reasons, because to me, an exhaust leak is just like little baby horsepowers escaping, and we can't have that. In all seriousness, though, guys, this truck is really awesome. I paid $400 for it from a friend of mine. It blew a head gasket and they couldn't fix it, so I bought it. I found an engine for 300 bucks and I slapped it in there with me and my buddy, and it's been running like a champ ever since. So I take it on junkyard trips, I take it on, you know, little side jobs I do. I love the truck, and I'm not scared to get it scratched or dirty. You know, if I hit a wall or something, pff, whatever. Now, this thing does have your usual rust, obviously. You know, that's just for weight reduction purposes, though. Like I said, this thing is an absolute unit. I mean, more rust there. This guy, you know, don't even gotta say nothing about that. It was used, I believe, as a paint truck. I don't know what the hell was going on back here, though. And let me tell you, it's got everything you could ever want. Here, let me take the key out. That's annoying. Ugh. It's got cloth bench seats. It's got manual locks. Dude, what? It's got a crank window. And, best part, that's not even the factory middle console. The nice thing about finding a used engine out of another vehicle is you could find ones that are just as dirty and covered in oil as the last one. So it doesn't even look like an engine was put in this thing, but let me tell you, it was. And it was a freaking nightmare. So the last three cars that I've shown you guys that I have, a majority of it I've kind of, you know, joked around, you know, done little stupid things and whatnot. But this next car that I'm going to show you is probably going to be the majority of my content here on this channel for right now. It is a car that I love more than, honestly, any of them. Even my truck. I said I love my truck more than any of them, but I love this car more than any of them. I built it from the ground up. I got a lot of time and effort and money in this thing, and a lot of pride too. I mean, you guys will see. You'll see. Anyway, guys, this is my 2013 Ford Mustang GT. As you can see right here, I'm going to put on the screen the list of modifications I have, but they will include things like a 321 Frankenstein motor, which is a Gen 3 short block and rotating assembly, Gen 2 cylinder heads, and Gen 1 timing components, including timing chains, tensioners, guides, and the camshafts. I do have Stage 3 NSR comp cams in here. They're the blower comp cams. So it's got a little bit of a chop to it. Nothing, you know, like a Corvette or a Camaro can do, but it's got something. As far as the transmission goes, it is a stock MT82 transmission. The only thing that I have done to it is the McLeod twin disc RXT clutch kit with the lightweight steel flywheel, and I also have I replaced the throwout bearing with another factory Ford one because they seem to be the only ones that have the best outcomes as far as reliability and longevity. I drained all the fluid out of it and I put Synchromax in it from Royal Purple, and I also have a Barton 3-post hybrid shifter assembly, which actually the stock MT82 is bolted to the shifter is bolted to the body of the car, not to the transmission, if that makes sense. So whenever you are trying to run your car, whether it's a track or on the street or whatever, and you're getting those higher RPMs, you actually get a physical torque. Your engine and transmission are actually torquing to one side. And what happens is whenever the shifter is bolted to the body is separate from the engine and transmission. So when the transmission torques to one side and the shifter stays center, then you can't align it anymore and it won't go into gear. And that's why you get those high RPM lockouts with these cars. So avoiding that, removing the whole idea of it being bolted to the body, and instead it actually is a free float design, but actually bolts to the transmission directly. So that way, as the transmission turns and whatnot and sways, the shifter moves with it. So it will always stay aligned and it will always go in gear every time. I have no problems getting into gear, shifting in 8,000. Never have. Ever since I've done this anyway. It's got an updated fuel system, twin Walboro 450s with ID 1050X injectors running on E85. I got originally was a V3 SI Vortec blower. Since then, I blew that guy up. Yeah. Don't know how that happened. But now I have a V7 JTB, which is the main difference between the two is one is a self-contained unit. It holds its own oil. And the V7 actually has a feed line and return line. So it actually runs off of your engine oil, which I think is more efficient anyway. Most turbos are ran like that. I'm pretty sure just about all turbos, to my knowledge, are. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I got a few little odds and ends here. I got a MSD launch control 2-step controller. I have, of course, I got to have the max race blow off valve because it is louder and it has more potential than the regular one they give you. I have the Boss 302 intake, and yeah, I got so on the engine, on the crank, it's a 20% oversized, so it's a 7.78 inch crank shaft pulley. So I have that on top of my upper pulley combo, which is a 3.33 inch pulley. From last time when it was dynoed on the V3 unit and it had a bigger pulley, it had a 3.47 inch. It was running 821 to the wheels. I have not since then. I've gotten it tuned, but we actually were having some belt slip issues, so I got it back from the shop, and I've since then fixed the belt slip, and I need to get back over to them so then they can put it back on the dyno and we'll see what it runs. But they are guesstimating, and from what I've read and seen, I should be making well over 1,000 horsepower with this car. And that just is unbelievable, saying that I have a 1,000 horsepower car. That is not something that I thought I would say that I built, much less had, in a long time. It took me about 6 months between me and my buddy and a couple of other buddies that kind of came in here and there and helped. But we built the motor, did all tubular suspension, or tubular K-member, tubular suspension, polyurethane bushings front and back. It's got coilovers. I got Flowmaster Outlaws. So it's got that deeper throaty tone, which I'm sure you guys heard on the cold start. Yeah, so I don't know. This is it. This is my baby. This is what I built, and this is what I'm gonna try to have fun with. I got a lot of stuff coming still. I got a hood inside that I actually need to paint still, which I will be doing that on the channel. Just full disclaimer, I've never painted with a spray gun before, so it will be a first time learning experience for me. So that's gonna show me whether or not I can fucking do it. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna get the hood painted. I'm gonna put it on. I got a couple of Corbeau racing seats I got coming in. I have along with a harness bar and harness for 4-point harness, stock axles, one-piece drive shaft, one-piece aluminum drive shaft with a safety loop around the front end, 373 gears. Yeah, dude. I mean, she shits and gets. She's no 10-speed, but you know, I still love it, so it doesn't matter to me. So originally, whenever I was wanting to make this video, I wanted to take all the vehicles that I have and put them in my garage one by one, because first of all, I love being here. And there's plenty of room, plenty of lighting, so I wouldn't have to worry about, for example, it getting dark outside, so then I can't do anything else outside. But currently, I got my dad's 1997 Ford Ranger in here. I'm putting a clutch in, so yeah. I should have it out in a couple days. I just haven't had time to work on it. But other than that, this is where most of the magic is going to happen. I mainly don't work anywhere outside of my garage, for the sole purpose of I have a garage. Why would I go anywhere else? But let me give you guys, I guess, a tour real quick while we're here. So yes, it is a little messy right now, but whatever. This is my little Milwaukee stuff. You will find out very quickly that I am a fangirl when it comes to Milwaukee stuff. I got my little set right there, and not a damn thing's in it because everything's over there. So whatever. I picked this big old box up at Home Depot. It was originally priced like $1,300, and I paid like $7 for it because of the display model they were trying to get rid of. And that is the U.S. General toolbox that was on Black Friday sale that I bought for like $180, I think. And I haven't even used it yet, which, you know, that one's full of junk. That one's full of old tools I actually use, and that one has probably 3 things in it right now. So you'll see here that I have a problem with buying tools because I just like having them. I bought this set of vice grips. I also bought a new set of wrenches as well from Milwaukee because, you know, fuck it. That's the 302 block I was telling you guys about. I got that right there, and I have 2 sets of heads down there. GT40P heads is one of them. There's another set of heads I have actually in the car, and that right there is the other block sitting on top of that perfectly good 5.3 liter that could go in the Mustang, actually. That's the other block. That's the one that actually, so the way that the cylinder heads are set up, or I'm sorry, not the cylinder heads, the way that the head bolts are set up is they actually are drilled into where the water jackets are. So you're supposed to put thread sealant around them, and if you don't, then it'll actually leak coolant through the bolts or the studs, whatever you use. But me, tightened it a little bit too tight and broke through it and cracked it. So that's my fault. Alright guys, I want to apologize now because I feel like I'm just rambling on and on and on. This is my first YouTube video, and I just want to, you know, share with you guys everything that I have because I want you guys to see what you're going to see in the future videos. So, I guess I shouldn't spoil everything, you know, because obviously I have to make more stuff and have more stuff to do. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of things that I have, and a little bit of projects that I will have for the future, and what you guys will have to look forward to. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just end this video. If you guys do want to see more stuff, if you guys do want to find me and stay connected whenever I do make more videos, you know, subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, because, you know, let's just see how big we can get this. I'm not, you know, reaching for any huge goals here, but it'd be nice. So, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time. Alright, this ain't gonna work. I need a 15 shallow. Are you just gonna sit there and look at me, or you're gonna grab it?